I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya. 2 more skimmers are found on pumps at Flagler County gas stations this week. Sheriff's deputies say the skimmers were found at the Mobile along US 1 South in Bunnell and the Mobile on the 200 block of Palm Coast Parkway Northeast. This marks the second time those gas stations have been hit. A skimmer was discovered at the Bunnell gas station earlier this month, while the Palm Coast Mobile was one of 4 gas stations where Bluetooth skimmers were installed on pumps last summer. Deputies say in both of the incidents this week, 2 women have become victims of credit card fraud. In one instance, deputies say someone made more than $400 in fraudulent charges to a woman's account.
This portion of WNZF Local News, a service of the Daytona Beach International Airport. Fly to the Big Apple in a New York minute on JetBlue from the Daytona Beach International Airport.
Site plans are expected to be submitted soon for a new apartment complex in Bunnell that will stand 7 feet taller than what had previously been allowed. John Arking reports.
Called Shade Tree at Bunnell, the development will consist of 12 apartment buildings, each with 20 apartments ranging in size from 760 to 1,350 square feet. The buildings will stand 42 feet high, despite the city's 35-foot limit. The variance was granted last month by a unanimous vote of the Planning Board. The Tampa-based Framework Group is developing the property. The buildings are expected to appeal primarily to the Palm Coast housing market, and in fact, it was primarily Palm Coast residents who turned out for the hearing. A previous meeting last March ended when officials cleared the room after the audience became raucous and shouted down participants who tried to speak about the lack of affordable housing in the area. The latest meeting was much more orderly, and developers assured East Section residents that the apartment complex will be gated. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arkin.
Some of Flagler County's finest in law enforcement were honored Wednesday for their exceptional service. Sheriff Rick Staley says Deputy Philip Conway and Corporal Joe Burrill were recognized for saving a life.
The corporal and deputy responded to a vehicle crash rollover, and the victim's head was in the water. And so while one deputy was holding her head up so she could continue to breathe, Corporal Burrill was able to get the windshield out so they could extract her out of the vehicle.
Sergeant Goncalves and Deputy Rossi were also credited with catching a man who robbed drive-thru workers at the Taco Bell in Palm Coast and then led officers on a high-speed chase. Dan Lieberman is the Director of Loss Prevention for the Southeast Taco Bell region. He says they're forever grateful.
Both these guys were apprehended. We were able to get what's so valuable to us, which is closure to this. You know, the bad guys are gone. The trauma is relieved. We didn't lose anything. Only law enforcement was injured. The public wasn't. And we're just more than thankful.
Taco Bell also presented the force with a check for $2,500 that will go towards the Sheriff's Fund for law enforcement when they or their families fall on hard times.
Governor Rick Scott and other local leaders will be on hand to help a Flagler County software consulting company celebrate its 5th anniversary. WNZF's Rich Petchke has the story.
Coastal Cloud was started in 2012 with the goal of creating a modern consulting firm that was focused on client outcomes and led by experts who would enjoy a work-life balance that was lacking in the industry. Co-founder Tim Hill explains why the company is based here.
Our major competitors are in one of 2 types of locations. They're either in very expensive, large metropolitan areas like San Francisco or New York, or they are lower-cost IT resources in India or the Philippines. And we decided that we thought we could just do something different and set up shop in a very nice, desirable place to live that offers a great lifestyle at a more affordable price point, and we picked Flagler County to be that location.
Hale says at Friday's celebration, Coastal Cloud will unveil its newly developed internship program that promotes and encourages Florida's youth's interest in STEM careers. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Rich Petchke.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.